So there's Cooper and there's Willow. So I've got these two today. These two live together. Cooper's a pup. What is he? 10, 11 months old. And Willow is 3. So when I first met Willow, the black one, very, very nervous. Really scared, no confidence, scared to socialise, scared to come with me in the Jeep. The first time I picked her up, I took her out to the Jeep and she wouldn't actually get in the Jeep. I had to knock back on the door and ask the owner to come and help get her into the car, into the Jeep. Now she's absolutely fine. When I first got her to my house and she first met Roscoe, because of how nervous she was, I certainly didn't introduce her to all of them. It was just Roscoe, and what I wanted to do was see from Roscoe where she was coming from, and he would let me know that. So she came in the house. Roscoe went to her. He didn't touch her, he didn't go too close. He saw that she was nervous straight away and he promptly lay down straight away onto the floor, and that was Roscoe. So with that I knew that, yeah, she was very, very nervous. She passed all that. We worked through all that. Socialisation is great, off-lead work is great, recall is great, and then they got a pup, Cooper. So Cooper's a typical pup and he's wonderful, all right? He's absolutely fine. He's healthy, he's interested in everything he sees, he's respectful, he's strong, and he's eager. And he wants to investigate everything he sees. He wants to run, you know, that's what pups do. And yeah, he's good. So I've done the socialisation with him, learning the boundaries, using my dogs for all of that, so he knows what he can and can't do. And now when I'm on a walk with them, off lead, I've got no concerns at all about their socialisation. So when they see another dog ahead, they go running towards the dog. They will assess if the dog is friendly. They will assess if it wants to play or not. They'll have a respectful sniff. They won't jump all over the dog. And well, certainly Willow doesn't anyway. But even Cooper as a puppy, he doesn't do that. He greets in exactly the right way, and then he walks away. If they want to play, that's great. He'll play. If they don't, then again he doesn't bother. This way. This way. So the only thing, as you can see with Willow, she does go a little bit far now. She's got a confidence. So I'm just walking with her. I'm not really concerned because she certainly won't run off. It's just that she's not too far away, that if we did see somebody and they were a little bit nervous, that they could see she's actually with somebody. She's not just, you know, loose on her own. Okay, so these two together run about like lunatics. That's to be expected. In a way, because Willow has now got her confidence, she's got Cooper to play with, and they kind of feed off each other. So you have got that situation. Okay, it's kind of normal dog stuff. It can be a bit of a handful, and you can't always predict the behaviour, because with a pup, they have good days, they have bad days. Some days they're very, very obedient, very calm, and the very next day it's as if they've forgotten everything you've taught them. It's part of the process. Damn annoying, but that's what having a puppy is all about. And he's no exception to that. He is exactly that. The biggest problem they have really is on the lead, because you know, they're both quite strong on the lead. So when we consider the background, for the first sort of 3 years with Willow, she was always quite strong on the lead because she was so nervous, and because she didn't see the necessary leadership qualities in the body language of the owners, going out was even more stressful for her, because she felt she had to make the decisions because she didn't see anybody else doing that. So she's very strong on the lead and reactive. And basically it's that mind going into a fast forward mode, and the body follows, and then it's the snowball effect. So it's just very, very stressful to go out. We kind of brought all that back. It's not perfect, but it's a good way there, and it's certainly manageable. And the problem with that is, even though she's 3, she still has the good days and bad days, because Cooper can kind of instigate, you know, a bit of a change in her behaviour. That's kind of what you got with the two characters. Again, it's perfectly natural. So it's nothing to worry about. And this way. And Cooper, being a puppy, he's strong. Being a puppy, he's got that childish mentality, but his body and his strength is all there, so a bit of a handful. And it's just a case of working mainly with the mind rather than the physical restraint. So that lead is a communication, it's give and take around the dog. It's never a solid pull. If you've got hold of that lead and the tension is solid from your hand to the dog and there's no slack on that lead, it's no longer a communication, it's a restraint. If you've got a restraint, the dog will pull against you. What you're aiming for is to have slack on that lead. So you pull sharply, short, sharp pulls on that lead to give the command, to give the communication, and then you relax the hand down so that you have slack on that lead. And what you're aiming for is for the dog to walk for longer periods of time with a completely slack lead. Okay, when I say completely slack, it doesn't mean you drop it so that there's a great big long length from your hand to the dog. It just means that from your hand to the dog there is a relaxed movement with that lead. It's not constant tension. That's what you're aiming for. So I always say give and take with that lead. So I know they're having a good run around, but I'll just get Cooper on the lead and I can show you. Cooper, yep, yep. Good boy. Okay, so drop that lead. So position the lead. I don't know if you can see this, it's quite difficult, so I'm going to make sure the lead is right up under his jawbone, okay, as he's doing grass, and coming up between his ears, there, and then I'm looking for basically a vertical line down my arm down to the dog. When I say the distance between your hand, that's the distance. If you have a long length of lead from your hand to the dog, that is going to give the dog momentum. So to whatever height your dog is, you want your hand to be relaxed straight down your side, and that is the relaxed bit of the lead I'm on about. Okay, when you need to, you close your fingers around and give an upwards movement. That's it, that's the movement, short, sharp. Okay, now what I want him to do is to sit down. When he sits down, that tells me that his mind is in the right state, that he's ready to take my direction, and the sit is actually a submissive position for a dog. So there we go. So at no point have I told him to sit, I've not given him a command, and I've not put my voice into it. I've just given him that communication. And then we walk. Now he's going to want to get off because Willow's off, okay? So he's going to want to. So this is when he's going to be really strong, okay? So what I'm giving him is lots of little jiggles, if you like, okay? Just pick that up there. Quite awkward with the phone. All right, so lots of little jiggles. I give the sound as well. At no point am I having a solid pull. I want to try and keep a steady forward movement, but at the same time I'm not going to have him solidly pulling, okay? Right, and as you can see, it's moved down because he's been going forward. So get him to sit. There we go. That's the position I want. I'm going to reposition that lead where it needs to be. I'm going to walk into him now, okay? Walking into him, walking into his space. Calming that mind down, blocking his movement, letting him know that I'm the one controlling this pace. Again, I'm not talking to him and giving him commands. See there, look, the lead. Quite forceful with it. And this is what you have to do with a strong dog. So I say sometimes you get a bit of a yo-yo effect on the dog with the dog's head. It's got to be quite firm, all right? If it's a slow pull, they will solidly pull against you. They will preempt. Oh. Okay, they will preempt. They will preempt the forward bit of that lead. Okay, so you see he's at the side of me. So he's strong, but the movement is quite solid. Movement up and down with that lead, up and down with the hand. So I'm getting that give at the end of it. Give the sound every now and then as well. Okay. Better, getting better. Okay, again. Adjust it where it needs to be. It's just really difficult doing this one-handed. Okay. And we go again. That's better. So you'll get moments where they're completely settled with it and then he'll start to pull again. That's quite natural, that's puppy stuff. So there we go. Bring him back. Okay. So when I say we structure the walk, we do the work walk and then we have them off lead. So this is the work walk. So I split it up. I do little bits on the lead, little bits off the lead. There you go. And there he's off. So that's fine. So he does a little bit on, a little bit off. And that's how we structure the walk. So we're engaging the brain as well as this physical movement. Yeah. So I'm going to carry on with this. Hope it's not going to rain too much. And I'll catch up with you later.